Okay, let's see if notifications go out, which I doubt it, but we'll talk anyway. Whew. I might as well type in my score now. Here we go. Hello, hello. Let's see how many people come in. This episode was I mean, it wasn't bad. It just felt like we wasted time in a lot of places. So I give it a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Yeah, subpar, mid. I really didn't feel anything. So it's safe to assume, based off the reaction that Karen did, Zach isn't the daddy. Man, I don't know how to feel about the episode, guys. It wasn't horrible, but it just felt like we spent way too much time on the Andy and Gary stuff. We didn't find out who the daddy was. Uh, 2 out of 10. I wouldn't even give that much of a score. I mean, that bad of a score. The Oval was way better. The Oval was way better. Didn't you sleep with Zach before she slept with? Yes. Her and Zach were in the office, and then somebody told me, based on like what the characters were wearing in episode count, it was within the next day. So her reaction, didn't the doctor say the 20th, right? And then Karen's like, the 20th, not the 19th. No, it's the 20th. So did Danny say the 12th? Because I think she said the 12th, and that threw me off. I'm confused about that. The doctor said the 12th. The 12th? The 12th? Hey, look. Long story short. For some reason, the Dish Network app that I usually watch it on wasn't working. So I was in the living room on the floor, Indian style, with the heater next to the television. So if she said the 12th, my bad, I heard the 20th. So everybody's saying the 12th, it's the 12th. Okay. So what did Karen say? Not the 19th, right? So the doctor said the 12th, but then Karen said, you show not the 19th. We had our closed caption on. I saw 12th. Okay, 12th, 12th. The 12th, which was before Zach. But she said not the 19th, though. Not the 19th. And if she said not the 19th, I would assume the 19th was when she assumed that Zach was the daddy, right? So is there another person we don't know about? I I don't know. Like, I'm literally trying to make sense of this as well. I mean, unless you count when Aaron and Karen were doing it in the hotel when Zach broke them up, but that doesn't make sense. When did she and Karen? Like I said, we've never been given dates in the show, so even if they gave us like exact dates and times, I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Watch it be like, if loving you is wrong, it's going to be a different baby daddy. She was with Aaron in the hotel room on the 12th. That's what I'm thinking. The whole episode was anticlimactic. The first scene had me losing it. Like, Andy, for the past, what, 5 episodes or so, has been treating Robin like dirt. And she had the audacity to ask to borrow $1.5 million. She got some nerve, the audacity, for real, for real. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather talk about the other stuff in the episode than the Karen stuff because the dates don't make sense to me. So I really don't know. Well, she didn't have sex with Aaron in the hotel. Zach stopped them, but you could argue that Aaron also burst into the room prior to Zach and Karen finishing. So I don't know. At this point, I don't care. Honestly, don't care who the daddy is. The audacity. It's just the same way if can't. First of all, what about the salon catching on fire? What happened to that? I mean, we know it's going to happen, but I guess we were given a red herring at the end of the last episode. That was disappointing. Maybe because I had expectations of the fire that this episode just didn't do it for me. And also Fatima telling Zach, hey, where's the confident guy I'm used to seeing? And I'm like, wait, Fatima, you are the last person to ask anybody why they're acting out of character. Yeah, I was getting to that Latia about the fact that Andy is dragging her feet about telling Robin about Gary's scheme, despite the fact that this man put up 1.5 million to help out your friend who he doesn't even know is innocent or guilty. Can these ladies get a damn day off? I mean, I'm thinking that is it Monday? Because didn't the courts and all say that Sabrina couldn't even stand before the judge to get bail until a Monday? So am I assuming it's a Monday? But that doesn't make sense because Andy was at work yesterday. So I don't know. I think Aaron is the one that sets it on fire. Why would he do that? I agree. This episode, yeah, there were way too many questions instead of answers. Also, people on Twitter telling me this because I swear I didn't know. Because you know how there's general law that everybody follows, but then when you go to states like, oh, Georgia's child support laws might be different than Nevada's or Ohio's. But when that woman, Lori, said each woman could get 50-50, I was like, even I feel like that doesn't make sense. Because if it's 50-50, then what does Zach live off of? What does that even mean? Because, you know, I thought about Nick Cannon, but even so, it seems that all the women he's impregnated, there's some sort of agreement. So I don't really know what the heck Lori's talking about. But then again, I need to suspend my logic and remember this is Tyler Perry writing this crap. I prefer to watch your videos over Sistas. Andy and Gary gets on my nerves. It's not that they get on my nerves. It's just so annoying. It really is. I wasn't able to watch the episode. Calvin, no, actually, Sabrina was the one who grabbed. Also, there were some people I need to apologize for. You all were right. In the comment section of my episode breakdown, the trailer, I said there was a female that was in the apartment. You could tell by the shoes, and we heard a scream. Somebody said it was Sabrina. I'm like, nah, it's not Sabrina. Maybe it's Q's lady friend. Absolutely wrong. It was Sabrina who was in the apartment. She was the one that grabbed the golf club and started wailing on Q. Sabrina held her own longer against Q than Calvin did. Remember that. How can it be 50-50? They're not even married. That's my point. I know she said, well, that's child support, but I'm like, well, yeah, but there's a difference between not being married and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it makes no sense. I'm not even going to try to explain it because it makes no sense. That's why the man said the math ain't mathing. Mm-hmm. And we can move on from that because, like I said, I don't feel like trying to dissect something that doesn't make sense, even my real world logic. And the thing is, did you notice the number of times Karen was found tugging at her sweater collar? No, I need to go back and watch it. But thank you. I will look for that. I thought she was trying to sleep with Zach, the lawyer. Me too. When she's like, I'm expensive, but we can work something out. I'm like, Lord, here come another woman trying to get with Zach. Because I got that. I put that on Twitter. I thought I was the only one that thought that. That is a good theory. The lady lawyer wants to scare Zach to bait him and weaken him to rescue him to have sex with him. Basically, kind of a Maurice situation like, hey, I can set you free, but you need to sign these papers. The first can we talk about the fact that, and don't get me wrong, she might be a little musty, but Sabrina saying, Calvin, I'm coming over there after I get a shower. And it's like if you were wrongfully imprisoned and you got out and you found out the person that screwed you over was at a location that you could easily get to quickly, would you rather take a shower first or would you go over there and whoop some ass? That's what I'm asking. My thoughts exactly. Sabrina did more than Calvin ever did. I mean, and then when Calvin's like, he won't leave. What is he still doing here? I tried to keep him out, but he won't come. He won't stop coming back. And I'm like, do you understand how weak that sounded? Sabrina said she needed to shower like 4 times. I know, right? I don't get that. How do Heather know about the DNA? Again, I am not trying to explain it because it makes no sense. I mean, we're supposed to expect it to be different continuities from Zatima. So does that mean in season 2 she finds out? In season 2 as Zatima, do Zach and Bryce mend fences? There's a lot of things I don't know. Again, I wrote that in my notes. What stood out for me was when Doctor said her date was based on what Karen has told her. But what about Aaron's timeline? What about Aaron's timeline? She's not thinking Sabrina is angry. She's a strong sister. Has Zach and Bryce made up? Not on screen on what's going on in Sisters. It's safe to assume that in Zatima season 2 they do. Calvin's blouse was tucked in. I noticed that too. I'm like, yo, he got both sides tucked in for a change. Calvin is weak till Q grabs Sabrina. That's a good. Well, yeah, they were wearing different outfits. Well, no. See, the picture I had was from season 6. So I'm like, well, maybe the shop is still out of commission. So I wasn't expecting them to be wearing the same outfits. You can tell by her reaction, it's Aaron's. She was hoping it was the 19th. I agree. So does this take place after Zatima? Again, I am not trying to time scale it because the episodes are interchangeable. I'm really unsure who the dad is. I don't care who the dad is. Maybe Karen did give the wrong dates to the doctor, but then it still didn't turn out the way she wanted it. Why would Karen tell the doctor about Aaron's timeline? I'm not going to lie. I don't know, but I'm just, at this point, I just wish everybody would sit down, go to these appointments together, and figure this stuff out because it's not, the math ain't mathing. Zach needs to look at another lawyer. Someone said she was too relieved, so it must be Zach's. I don't know. I mean, you could interpret it as her saying the 19th, not the 19th, as in, wait, Aaron's timeline was wrong. If you think about Zatima season 1 happening while it kind of makes sense, but then it doesn't. I mean, let's just put it to bed now. Where we're at in Sisters right now is ahead of the timeline of where Zatima season 1 left off. So when season 2 comes out, we can pretty much fit in the puzzle pieces of, Zatima episode 3, season 2 fits in between Sisters season 5, episodes 8 and 9. I'm not trying to do that right now, but like you said, Jessica, that's the best way to kind of put in the pieces. Also, I'm kind of surprised that when Sabrina got out, she didn't ask about Maurice because I'm not expecting Andy to do anything about that just right then and there, but I was surprised that Sabrina didn't ask. Yeah, we got over 300 people. This is great. Hope you can see my score at the top of the chat. I gave it a 5 out of 10. My theory is that Preston brought that ring a long time ago because he mentioned wanting to marry Danny and she freaked out. Yep. Yeah, she should have asked about Maurice. Somebody reminded me of the plot that Gary and Hayden formed to get rid of Robin. Yeah, earlier this season. Good night. I missed the show. Was it worth anything? Lisa, this was not one of the worst episodes, but it was one of the most lackluster ones. Maurice signed those papers he's getting out. Is Karen going to tell Aaron that it's his baby? Now, I'm no expert in this, but Sabrina made bail. So she still has to go to court for the hearing and whatnot. And if she's proven innocent, then all the money that Robin and Andy put up for her will be recouped. They can get it back. But Maurice, if he signs those papers, he's going to testify against Sabrina and he gets to walk. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to break my brain tonight trying to figure that out. I'm not. Danny and Preston have never even gone on a date. Now he wants to marry her. He's been saying he wanted to love her. I mean, love her and whatnot for a while. I'm going to be honest here. I don't support this shipping anymore. I think Tyler really messed it up and now he's trying to, fast track in the next direction. I don't like Danny and Preston together. They got a lot of work to do. I don't think Maurice will do it. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out in a couple of weeks. I had a feeling it's Aaron's baby, the way Miss Lisa was acting towards him after she told Karen she's going to find out who the baby daddy is. I think she found out it's Aaron's baby. I mentioned that in a video not too long ago. That explains why she wanted Aaron to come take care of Karen. Is Danny, I'm going to tell Preston about Jonah. Again, why isn't that brought up? Seriously, Maurice ain't going out like that. The lawyer is trying to coerce Maurice to sign the papers. Danny has known Preston for 3 months because he paid. No. When Danny first let Preston stay with her in season 2, he paid the rent 3 months in advance. And she barely let him stay there for 3 days before she ended up kicking him out. Just like with Zach. I think Zach gave her half rent for a month. And only after a few days, he started staying with Zatima and then she kicked him out. So Danny's a piece of work. The fact that she was like, pay the rent. Out your mind. I'm glad Preston brought that up. I hope that Andy will tell Robin about Gary. If Andy doesn't tell Robin about Gary, I mean, seriously, can you imagine somebody telling you off? I think Tyler made a mistake how he wrote it, though, because how are you going to have Robin tell off Andy without having all the facts on how he got that email? Now you have him just a sympathetic simp to the point of putting up almost 2 million. If I'm not mistaken, Robin let Andy borrow more money than Gary put up for that penthouse. Can you imagine that? Look, I'm not cheap. I gave away $1,000 a couple weeks ago. But if I had a friend or family member who was locked up and I had to pay $3 million, nah. Here's the thing, though. We go to court, and we're going to work it out from there, because I don't think it was smart to put up that much money just to get her out. It didn't make sense to me, because we all know Andy can be bought. Absolutely. But seriously, the way she was talking shit. Oh, wait, is it business? Is it work related? Can it wait until tomorrow? But then, hey, Robin, can I borrow $1.5 million? Why didn't you ask Gary for the money? Gary's just willing to hand out money to everybody. Well, to Andy. Andy better tell Robin what's going on. I bet you Jonah's going to come back for revenge, but Preston's going to be there. That's what I think too. It's not Zach or Aaron's baby. Karen always has a side piece. It's not Rico's. In the preview, Andy and Robin were discussing Gary and his tactics. I did see the end credit preview. If there is a actual commercial, whatnot, I didn't see it yet. Why Andy didn't ask Gary for the money? She was sleeping with him. Again, I don't know why she didn't do that. Jonah ain't dead. This is treacherous. Andy needs to be ashamed of herself. She needs to let Robin know. Yeah. I'll put something on their books. That's what I'm saying. $3 million, you out your mind. I mean, look, if you're innocent, hey, we'll try to work it out from there. But $3 million? Come on. And also the fact that John played that recording for Maurice, and even Maurice was like, can't you tell that I'm being sarcastic in that? That's not what the jury thinks. And I'm thinking, what kind of morons are in this courthouse that believe that recording to be serious? I feel like this entire storyline is supposed to be a mockery of Tyler Perry writing, and how, let me throw out some ridiculous crap. And it's so mind-numbingly bad that there are characters in the show that buy it. What jury? That's what I'm saying. Did you see the Oval trailer for season 4B? No, I have not. Why is bail so high? No money was taken. I have no idea. Doesn't matter. Robin could have just as easily told her no when she can get it from Gary, but I guess he's doing that to impress her to try to win her back. Andy ain't worth it. They need to report that lawyer. Yep. Danny wants Preston to stay and thinks Jonah's going to show up. I was thinking that too. I felt like that was a bit selfish. Tyler has drama on overload. Yeah. Preston asked Danny, why didn't they sleep together? Yeah, because they talked and then they just laid in bed or something. Because it's federal. Yeah. I wonder what happened to the papers Andy found in Gary's pocket. That was a plot point for 2 episodes and we never got follow-up on it. Did Calvin finally beat Q with the club? He was beating him so bad that Sabrina was like, don't kill him. No court will award 50% of your assets for child support. The Boondocks. Yeah, you're right about that. Andy must got that fired because I don't know who's worse, Robin or Gary. She sent Gary to the bedroom like his ass wouldn't listen. That's what I'm wondering, because you would think that Andy would be trying to play both sides of this. Hey, Gary finds out about Sabrina being in jail, and then the one who wins her heart is the one who can do the most to get her out. For example, Robin has the legal pool to get her out, or at least help. Gary does not. But when the $3 million bail was brought up, that could have been Gary's chance to be like, yo, I got the money. And then that could have been a way for, Andy to win. Andy will let Robin. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. What happened to the 1.2? Yeah, I mentioned that. She got the $1.2 million settlement from the law firm. And even if, remember, Belinda, she did say she had about half of that. So we can assume that money she put up for Sabrina was the lawsuit and then money she had on her own. So it's not like Andy's broke. I was trying to do the math. I'm like, Andy would have to take her lawsuit settlement from the law firm. She would have to sell the penthouse, possibly even that Rolls Royce, in order to afford $3 million. Yeah, sold a condo. Yep. I think Danny had bruises from the night before. That's why she was putting on that robe. Yep. Did Calvin beat Q? I mean, he was beating him with the club, and then the episode just cut off. I thought they only asked for 10% of bail. I don't know. I think Sabrina recorded the conversation they had with Q because Andrew said, Sabrina, get your phone. Andrew. Calvin? Yeah, I was thinking that too, because I'm like, I'm so bad that he confesses. Yeah, I agree. Well, hey, first of all, I don't think we've had this many people on the live stream in quite a while, so happy you are here. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. I hope Preston doesn't propose. They ain't ready for that. She don't even like him. I agree. It just feels way too forced. And can we talk about Fatima not wearing her engagement ring or her reason for doing so? Because I had a video I didn't do yet. It's a short that I recorded a few days ago about, are they having a secret engagement? So Fatima says she's not wearing her ring so Andy doesn't find out. And then Karen doesn't find out. But then also she doesn't want Hayden to find out. I don't think she's making it seem like she's doing it for Zach's protection, but in my opinion, I think she's second guessing. I mean, part of me kind of agrees with it, but then I'm like, it doesn't make sense because Hayden already said he's not trying to get with Fatima. He's just trying to get back at her through Zach. Karen, even if they're engaged and she like tries to come after what Zach has, that really doesn't add up to me. So again, I can't, maybe I need to rewatch the scene. I do, because I wasn't hating on Fatima. I just felt like it felt a bit forced. Barry's dead. Vaughn, the actor, straight up said it was a $3 million penthouse. Honestly, I forgot. I thought it was like 1.3 million or something. I literally forgot. I mean, I feel like he said he spent 3 million collectively for the penthouse, the car. Nadine, I'm not saying you're wrong. I literally forgot because the penthouse was Was that the beginning or the back half of season 4? It was a while ago, so I forgot. But yeah, the penthouse is 3 million. Okay, thank you, thank you. She might be second guessing, but looking at it, she married Zach. She stuck with child support payments as well. Again, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So is Barry? Barry is dead. Barry is dead. The actor confirmed Barry is dead. He's dead. Dead as a doorknob. The whole thing's ridiculous. The storyline's not good. The lawyer's a quack. Preston's ring is from his proposal to the high school sweetheart. But why would he be carrying it in his pocket when he went to see Danny? She slept with Zach in 20. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some people were like, the whole Aaron and Karen thing happened the night of that fake wedding or that pop-up wedding that Gary wanted to do with Andy. So that's like the next day. I need to double check. I don't know if that's right. I agree with Fatima's reasoning. Hayden is lying. Yeah. 3.5 million. Did Karen have for those asking me about the dates, I don't know. Yes, 3 million to close. The purses were 1.5 million. Damn. And she still has her condo. Ben's just act like she. Yeah, I agree. I think it's more so for Karen. Karen did show up at the house and ask if Fatima was going to be in their lives. Can't trust a woman who feels scorned. That's Aaron's baby. Talking about the Oval. The Oval was pretty good. Hey, can we kind of segue to the Oval just real quick and we'll come right back to Sisters? Here's something about the Oval I don't understand. And I want to talk about Jason here. Jason wants to expose his parents. He wants to testify against them. He wants to basically do what Gail wanted to do in season 1 to emancipate herself from the family, come forward and just expose all the, crookedness of that administration. But now he's on the run because if his parents find him, they're going to kill him. Even though David, Richard, and Sam said, we're going to keep you safe until you can come forward to speak against your parents. Okay. So if that's the case, why did you kill David and escape the cabin? Like, that doesn't make sense to me, because you literally were off the grid and now you put yourself back in the grid by getting involved with Alan. It's weird. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, back to Sisters. If Fatima wants to say hi, he will be drooling at the mouth. I think Andy's going to let Robin know Gary's plans. Hayden's doing all this for a woman who doesn't even want him. He's pathetic. Can the same be said for all these men simping after women? Aaron after Karen, Robin after Andy, Preston after Danny. There's a lot of pathetic men on the show in their own way, and I feel like that's a bad representation of men in general. Karen and Zach had sex first. Correct. Karen and Zach. Yeah, so it should be Zach's baby. Okay, yeah. Look, with the dates, I don't know. The dates are just weird. I haven't seen all the Queen's trailer yet. People send it to me, though. I will watch it. So many simps. Karen's baby is someone else's and not Rico, but another side piece. Jason is still a little crazy now. Don't forget that he doesn't trust anyone. Yeah, but it's just stupid. Not to mention Nancy going to the Rakadushi compound. I don't get why Tyler keeps putting Andy and Gary together. That's what makes their scene so ridiculous to me. They can be smiling and cuddly, but it's like they're one fight away from breaking up and then they get back together. I want to talk about the trifling VP, Eli. Hayden won't. Poor Nancy. Yeah. Bury her second child. Yep. I don't think there were 7 days between Zach and Aaron. Look, it doesn't make sense to me that, okay, and I don't blame the actors. Let me break it down. Here's what KJ Smith said. The thing fans need to remember is that each season of the show is about a week. However, Tyler Perry's writing is different. In the middle of season 4, the doctor told Karen she was almost a month pregnant. Now, it was, as somebody stated, season 2, episode 20, when her and Zach got it on in the office. And then it was season 3, episode 6, when her and Aaron had sex. So theoretically, you could argue it's about a week and a half between when she had sex with these men to when she talked with the doctor who said she was a month pregnant. So if we were to look at the timeline from that alone, neither one of these guys are the dad. But the way Tyler writes his stuff, I just don't know. So as much as I would love to do a timeline and break it down, it's ridiculous, because I thought about doing that, like going to BET Plus and skimming through, hovering my mouse over each episode to see the passage of time. Like, okay, it's nighttime in this scene. Now it's daytime here. So I know a day's passed. It doesn't matter. I could go through and count up every single day within the show, but that could be erased with one line of dialogue from Tyler Perry. He can have a character say, hey, it was 3 weeks since you saw Fatima, right? And then it's like, 3 weeks, but that was only 7 episodes ago. Yeah, they need to take DNA tests through the courts. That's what they need to do. They need to go through the legal system and get these dang tests. She did say she loves him, but she's not in love with him. You see how she struggled to get I love you too out when Aaron said I love you? What happened to the Zatima show? Season 2's coming. Her and Zach were interrupted. You're definitely right. That's why she had that reaction. That's the same reaction she got when the doctor said about a month. She was like, oh, because it wasn't the result. She wasn't so sure. Remember, she went in there so confident about knowing it was Zach's baby, but the way she did a double take, I don't think Zach is the father. Because if Zach were the daddy, she wouldn't be like, oh my goodness. So she slept with Zach when she was using her. Andy needs to let Robin know she's only sleeping with Gary because of her case that she got going on, and tell him why. Robin doesn't need to be with Andy at all, to be completely honest. That girl trifling. That's the best way to put it. Trifling. That's putting it nicely. She wasn't sure. She wasn't so sure. Yeah. Who is the dad? I have no idea. I told y'all I was show. Okay, now. I wish her mom didn't leave yet, though. I watched both of these episodes trying to figure it out, and it was about 2 days. That's why I was thinking, even if the doctor tells her the comps is too close, only DNA, it's like she said, it's not 100%. Wait. Oh, yeah, somebody sent me the preview.
On January 4th. Are you going to tell him? The #1 cable show returns. She said I should work something out with Karen. I ain't cool with that. And the pressure is on. You're keeping secrets from me. Is there something you would like to talk to me about? Because for some, they're trying to force me out. I'm sorry. You don't seem okay. You traumatized? It's the fight of their lives. Sign this paperwork, and you'll be out of here in an hour. Tyler Perry's Sistas.
Okay, so I'm glad we got the preview early, but that still doesn't answer the question. This is ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, if Sisters wasn't like the top show on the channel, I would just not review it for a while. The Oval is the #1 show. Yeah, the Oval season 4 has been great. You should host Zoom meetings. I have crappy Wi-Fi at this house, so I can't really do that. Wasn't there a character as Aaron's new love interest? Possibly. Not new love interest, but somebody he's been seeing on the side. I wonder what BS Tyler Perry will have on Amazon. I know Maurice didn't say anything. So Zach talk with Fatima and Karen about their engagement on the baby. I don't know. I know we all mixed up. I know Fatima said, okay, so the lawyer told Zach to work something out with Karen. And then in the preview, Fatima's like, I'm not cool with that. I can understand that. But Fatima, if he is the daddy, there really is no choice at this point, you know? And in the promo, it's like, well, are you going to tell him? So I'm thinking Andy wouldn't say that unless, yeah. In the preview, Andy said, are you going to tell him? So again, I think Aaron, that's what I'm saying. If Zach was the dad, there would be no reason for Andy to say that, given the fact that Karen, she knows she wants and thinks Zach is the father. Now, I guess this means she tells the truth. If Aaron was the father, Karen would have been devastated. Her face would have told a different story. Oh, I don't know. Fatima doing too much? Yeah. Everybody needs to take a moment and go through these things. I'm talking about not being behind each other's backs and whatnot. I feel like when I watch Zatima season 2, I'm just going to shut off my brain and just focus on that show as a whole, just because it's away from all this other nonsense. Unless it's not Aaron's and she doesn't know how to tell him. I mean, even if it wasn't Aaron's child, if it was Zach's, she would not hesitate for a moment. The only reason I could see Karen being somewhat hesitant to tell Aaron he's not the father is because she's afraid that he's going to leave, despite the fact that he said he wouldn't leave. It's the whole thing about her being so confused. She doesn't want Aaron, but she wants the attention that he gives her. So by telling him that you're not the father, she's afraid he's going to leave. If it's Zach's, then I quit Sisters. It's going to be hard not to compare the two shows. Pam done burned down her shop. Is baby Aaron's? She's a week pregnant. I feel it's Aaron's. I don't care. I don't care who the daddy is. I just want the truth to be told so we can all move forward. It really doesn't make sense to me at all. Who's the daddy? Okay, let me look at the notes real quick because I want to see if there's anything else to talk about, which honestly I don't think there is. No, we talked about everything. I mean, seriously, the whole baby daddy thing doesn't work. How about in the preview? It looks like Fatima's calling to get a gold digger to, divert Hayden's attention away, which I think is pretty cool. But I knew this from a storyline that was mentioned in the notes for season 5 months ago. Yeah, I agree. We blew up the show and Tyler's just feeding us nonsense. Does anyone notice how Robin was looking at Gary at the beginning? Aaron is the pappy. You're right on all accounts with his baby daddy. It's sad when, the thing that's sad about Sisters is the main storyline this season has been promoting being the baby daddy. The fact that that's the draw that's getting people to watch the show, yet it makes no sense, is just aggravating to me. Rico's the father. I don't know. If Tyler Perry makes Zach the father, then he needs to make Heather a setup by Hayden. If you go back and it's another guy Karen's with, season 1, Rico, I know. I hope we find out who the daddy is. I hope they don't do us like if loving you is wrong. I'm surprised they cut away the way they did. Can you imagine if they did a cutaway like that and we had to wait 6 months for the back half? One thing we can conclude is that Pam didn't burn the salon down yet. I like the show, but all the legal stuff is aggravating. Yep. I'm tired of the Andy and Gary nonsense. Yep. The same you're feeling exhausted. I'm the one that got to talk about this every week. Hopefully Fatima's plan works for Hayden. Yeah. I'm not so mad about the quick break now. I mean, I don't care. I wish the break was longer. I really hope Zach gets full custody of the son to escape child support. I don't like Hayden. He's extra. They need Madden to be there one more time. You're doing a great job. Thank you. And we still did not find out who Alex's baby daddy was. Nope. I don't get how Tyler got rid of Jacoby, but everyone else is still hanging on for dear life. I was kind of thinking to myself, Barry got killed in the Oval. I'm like, there are a number of people. Say what you want about the Oval, but at least they do kill some people. Sisters, there are so many people I wish got killed off. Does anyone remember 12? She mentioned to a girl she kept a book or diary. I don't remember. I'm not saying you're wrong, Miss Teresa. I don't remember. The doctor just cleared Karen, so it won't make sense for the shop to be burned down. I mean, possibly. You never know. Despite being cleared, that doesn't mean Karen should go right back to work. I mean, Sure, she wanted to go to work for a few hours to look over the books and whatnot, then yeah, but for her to go back to full shifts is stupid. Barry's on the game. Yeah, I have watched the first episode of season 2. It's good. She did leave the hot iron on. Remember Jacob? Oh, forget the dates because Tyler Perry just threw it in. Zach and Karen had sex first, and Karen and Aaron. Pam just got a slap on the wrist. Honestly, she wouldn't even got that slap if she didn't talk to herself out loud. Because she could have just told Karen, I'm just checking the equipment, making sure everything is good before I turn it on for the day. Tyler might make Zach the father because in real life, Zach has 4 boys. Yeah, with one wife. Karen could burn down her own salon by mistake. That would be pretty funny. No, I have not watched Ruthless yet. I will though. I know I'm behind. Next week, no Sisters, no Oval. So I will use that time, Ruthless, to catch up on the game, maybe even Bruh. So all the streaming service shows, you get them next week. Karen just say it already. It was stupid. It was stupid. Heather's character and Fatima are going to be fighting. I believe that. Tyler's forcing a dialogue with Zach and Aaron. Expect to see more of that because Zach is the daddy. My sister loves Ruthless. See, the thing is, the views for streaming service shows aren't that high because not everybody has it, you know? So Zatima's really the only one that's a hit. And like I said, I'm only doing this because I do it for my income. I'm not on the Tyler Perry Studios Christmas card list. So I'm not obligated to do that. Crazy the lawyer didn't mention he could get full custody to avoid support. If Karen got pregnant on the 12th, Zach is the father. Guys, I don't know. Really, it could be. It could be. I know somebody's going to go back and try to find dates. I'm not that person. Man, oh man. Do you think Robin and Andy will team up against Gary? I hope so. Yeah. Fatima needs to put Madam on Hayden for real this time. Yeah, I mean, what about this sparing Hayden crap? And now Zach is. See, that's the thing that makes me mad. She gives Zach a hard time about Karen, but Hayden is her problem that Zach has to deal with, you know? And yet you're sparing him. If Zach is the father, Karen wouldn't have looked so suspicious. That's my thing. She said it's not the 19th because if she agreed what the doctor said the first time, the 12th, she would have been like, yes. If it wasn't for Zach and Fatima, I wouldn't have any. Honestly, I think Tyler has been ruining Zach and Fatima this entire season. Zach is way too whiny, even though we can get why he has emotional outbursts, but he's becoming way too immature. Fatima has become way too overbearing and Karen like. Honestly, I wish I could just forget about season 5 and just watch Zatima because I do not like what he's doing with these characters. Do you think Karen is lying about Zach being the father? First of all, we don't even know the results of the test yet. Or, excuse me, we don't know what she tells Andy and Danny, so we can't tell if she's lying yet. Karen Baby might be the guy that left the key. He should be gone or too scared to say anything about Zach and Fatima. You were right, Bryce. Replace Jake in both shows. Fatima's starting to become Karen. We're ruining the characters. I think it's Aaron because Karen didn't look happy. That's what I'm saying. The doctor said the 12th. Wait, are you sure it's not the 19th? She kept asking, are you sure about the date? Are you right about the date? Are you right about this? Okay. Here's what we know. Karen told her mom, I did the charts and everything after I felt that I was pregnant. And that's how I know Zach is the daddy. The doctor said we took a look at the ultrasound and based off everything, Karen, you told me, meaning that Karen gave her chart to the doctor and in conjunction with the ultrasound. That result was not what she got. Because if the doctor said the date, whatever number it was, that Karen had come out with, that would have meant Zach. So for her to be so wait, are you sure it's not this date? Do you need to do it again? Zach ain't the daddy, at least in my opinion. Yeah, during the back half of Zatima season 1, Fatima got to be a bit too much, and that kind of rolled over into Sister season 5. But yeah, Zatima is way better than Sisters. Are we talking about Rico again? Talking about the guy that left the key? Karen pulled out a rubber. Every time she messed around with Rico, we can assume it was protected sex. And when he came over there, he's like, no, 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 I'm getting married. Have this bottle of champagne. I'm out of here. Rico ain't the daddy because it's been way too long for him to be the daddy if she's been pregnant for about a month. Rico is not the daddy. Now, Tyler can pull an ass pull and just say Rico is the father. He could definitely do it. I could see him doing it. But logically, but then again, this is a Tyler Perry show. Rico is not the dad. It's probably somebody else. Yes, please let Rico go. She didn't expect to have sex with Zach and Aaron, so she took it upon herself to secure that her needs were satisfied. The thing was, she was celibate in season 2 because Aaron was like, no, 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 no sinful sex. I got to be married first. And then in episode 20, Aaron's like, I've been thinking about it, and later tonight we'll have dinner and maybe we can, have sex. Zach came over all emotional because Karen had him arrested. He kissed her, and then they were both caught in the heat of the moment, and then that resulted in that that going on in her office. So didn't Karen sleep with Zach before she slept with Aaron? The doctor said she conceived on the 12th. She thought the 19th. Diane, I don't know. Look, yes, the whole office thing happened, but I don't know the dates. I said this last week. Even if the doctor gave numbers, that wouldn't tell me anything because we don't know the numbers. We don't know the dates. We don't even know the days of the week. Condoms break. Very true. I'm sick of hating. See, I mean, we're almost over here 50 minutes, and I'm tired of talking about this Karen crap. Oh, wait, did I mess it up? No, I put the camera different angle. My bad. They were interrupted, though. Diana thought so, too. From the look on her face, I'll show Karen a lot. Yeah, Karen is a liar. Remember when she was asking Andy to get Fatima to come over to the penthouse come over to Andy's because she wanted to talk with everybody, and she made it seem like it was just a conversation as opposed to ulterior motives. But then at the last second, Andy realized it was a ploy to hurt Fatima. And then you saw how Karen switched it up on her. She's a liar. Karen is a manipulator. She's going to lie to her friends, and she's going to lie to those men too. Can we agree that when Aaron and Karen were in the hotel, Zach broke in before he finished? When Zach and Karen were in the office, Aaron burst through the door before before he finished. So the only time that Zach and Karen had, hey, we know she had sex all the way, was with Aaron at the beginning of season 3. He the daddy. She kept lying, saying Zach never told her it was over, and he did multiple times in season 3. The hotel scene was in early season 2. You don't have to finish to make a baby. I wonder what happens when Heather's character and I don't know. Allegedly, she was on birth control. Yeah, I did like Andy's out. She did look good in this episode. I think it's going to be Zach's. Honestly, I did like the courthouse scene just because it was a change of pace. You don't have to finish to impregnate a woman. Let's be adults by a one-on-one. As someone who is waiting for marriage and has not engaged in sexual activity, I wouldn't know. Sabrina needs a stylist. What? Come on. Hopefully Aaron is the father. I'm with you on that because she slept with Aaron at her house and Zach next. I think Aaron is the daddy. The girls walked in on them when they were having sex on the sofa. Well, no, that was way too recent, though. That was way too recent. That doesn't count. This was after she knew she was pregnant. So, no. She's pregnant by somebody that we don't even know. Zach was after Aaron. That's why she's so embarrassed when Aaron caught her. I'm sick of Karen. Okay, no intercourse in the hotel. Look, I don't feel like going back and watching it because I ain't doing it. Because like I said, that was so long ago. Tyler could easily just write it like it never happened. And I feel like that's what he's going to do. I mean, Zach looked like he wanted to finish in the office. He was interrupted, but then Karen was like, "No, you got to go. I miss not seeing my baby Deja." I don't know. Did the kiss and I love you throw you off? It didn't throw me off. It was a bit off-putting because it's just Aaron trying so hard with a woman who doesn't want him. So will the sisters circle not try to get Maurice out now? Like I said, I'm surprised that Sabrina didn't even ask about him when she got out from the back. I was like, I'm not expecting Andy to be able to do anything right then and there, but I was shocked that Sabrina didn't even ask about it. Well, hey, what have you seen Maurice? Well, no, nothing. She just wanted to go home. Why didn't Karen let Danny and Andy know who the pappy is? I don't know. I mean, she probably did. We just didn't know. I mean, we could have cut away. We could have reduced some of the Andy and Gary screen time just to have her say who the daddy was. I was in shock about. Oh, I was in shock about that. They didn't have sex in the hotel, and Aaron only had his shirt off. Okay, that's the thing. Why is he so obsessed with Karen? Um, Robin is a fool. Yeah, I agree for giving up that money. Remember, y'all, Karen slept with Aaron at her house. She wanted him to spend the night and he left. Everybody seemed to forgot that she then slept with Zach at her job. Well, they didn't sleep together. They were back in the office. That was prior to Aaron and Karen. I wish Fatima would use Madam to deal with these people. Not going to lie, I'm surprised how calm Robin was when he obviously knows Andy and Gary are back together and he just went off about Andy and sleeping with Paris. I don't know. Tyler just did weird character choices. It's coming back on now. I'm going to watch it again. I'll watch it tomorrow. I'm not in the mood. I only ate like 12 pizza rolls at 12:30 today. I should either sleep or eat. If you can kill off one member of Sisters, who would it be? Q. This show is called Sisters in Atlanta. There are more men. Why didn't she ask Gary for the money? I agree. He wants Karen because he's mourning his wife. She didn't ask for Maurice because she knew he was in jail with her. So you see at the end when she went to argue with Q at the apartment. Oh yeah, but I think you would think she would have at least asked about it. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't mind if Fatima was pregnant. I want Andy to be with Robin because Gary's the no. Nah. Robin's too good for her. Aaron spent the night and did sleep with Karen. That's why he's so possessive. Andy and Gary can't anybody explain that to me. She's playing with fire. Karen is an annoying liar, which again, it makes it hard to believe these women are in their 30s, you know? So Robin deserves better. Preston deserves better. It's cool that Calvin wanted to put up $20,000 bail, but I wonder how he would have reacted for 3 million, you know? They don't keep men and women in the same part of the jail. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, they both got arrested at the same time, though. So she knows that Maurice got arrested just like her at the bank. But you would have thought that, what about Maurice? Andy don't need to be with nobody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Robin knows he's done with Andy. I mean, in the promo, he's like, I'm about to lose control of the company. I mean, that's another question. That 1.5 that he put up for Sabrina, is that his own money or did he use company money? But if that's your boy, you will want to know what's going on with him too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Maurice gotten out tonight. I'm just thinking that as soon as Sabrina got out of jail, you would think, because didn't she ask Danny and Andy about it when they came to see her in jail too? Like, what about Maurice? It's like, well, we're going to try, because she told Danny, and Danny's like, look, I'm on it. I'll tell Andy to see if we can go see him. But she didn't show any concern. Robin trying to get back into Andy's good graces, but it's stupid. Look, $1.5 million, really? Calvin should have been left in on the bail money. Hayden is hot water next week. Yeah, I agree. The writing works the nerve of a lot of people. They should have called Bio. I know he's like MIA, so yeah. Oh man. Let me see what else we got going on here. I'm double checking my messages to see if anybody sent me a promo. Just give me a second, please. Nah, I think everything is good to go. Hey, look at this. Somebody tweeted, Tyler Dunn forgot what he wrote because Karen slept with Zach and Aaron a day apart, not a week apart. I know that they said it was within the same week. That's why it was so hard to determine who the father was, but I don't know. I'm just over it at this point. I really am. This is not a strong enough story. Okay, a baby daddy mystery is a strong enough storyline to carry a show, but make sure that it makes sense as you go throughout the season, or people are going to notice. When you got numerous fans, and I'm talking about normal people who don't have YouTube and whatnot doing breakdowns like me, when you have everyday fair weather viewers noticing inconsistencies, you got a problem there. That's it. Do you think Jonah will be killed eventually? Honestly, I don't care. I mean, we're acting like it didn't even happen at this point. Aaron is the daddy because Karen would have been more ecstatic if it's Zach's. Jay Marie, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oh man, I'm so tired of the baby daddy. I'm drained at this point. I'm just drained. I don't care about it. It's dumb. I'm tired of talking about it, but I got to. Daniel, I don't know. I don't know who the daddy is. Sisters has been boring. This has been the worst season so far. This has been the worst season of the show, bar none. Remember what I said about season 4? It's slightly better than season 3. Season 5 is the worst season of the show without a shadow of a doubt. Season 6 will probably be the last. Based on some conversations I've had, I don't think it will be. I'm not saying any names, but based on some conversations I've had, season 6 is not the end. Karen's about to be exposed for her extracurricular activity. What's the point of the Oval now? Let me put it this way. I don't feel like explaining it. As you can tell, I'm pretty tired right now. But the Oval has actually been improving, whereas Sisters has been just, I don't, look, I can tell that the cast are having a good time, which I'm all for. To be completely honest, based on interviews, I would rather watch hour-long just cast interviews every week than watch the show. I would just like, even if you just had like 3 to 5 cast members every Wednesday night do a live and just talk about behind the scenes stuff, that to me would be more interesting than the actual show. I think Hayden and Gary did a live stream during the 100th episode week, and I enjoyed it. Just listening to those two talk and just learning about the family aspects of the behind the scenes of the cast. That to me is like 10 times more interesting than the nonsense we're getting in the show because it makes no sense. I think Gary will propose again. So now we could argue that Andy finding out about Gary's hostile takeover could possibly lead to her looking at him funny now. Aaron needs to go so Karen can stand on her own. You could almost argue that if Aaron left, she would either pursue Zach harder or she would start running. I said it for over a year now. The moment Aaron turns his attention somewhere else, that's when she's going to try to go after him. What if Hayden and Q met and teamed up? House of Pain was funny tonight. I haven't watched it yet. Sisters has no development growth. It's just, yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know how it's season 1. Yeah, the Q storyline never made sense. It didn't. It really didn't. Okay, we've been up here for an hour. This is cool. Even Danny got worse than Danny, just a mess. We need Bernie Mac to end this with I'm the pack, I'm the pappy. If Aaron's the father, it'll be a boring storyline. Will it though? I don't know. All right, guys. Well, is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Because I pretty much ain't got none. I mean, we can literally talk in circles about the baby daddy thing, but as I've already said, I don't care. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Aaron is a nutcase somebody deserves. Yeah, I don't know. My man Peanut's finally back. Yeah, he was back a few episodes ago. One night to not watch Perry. Yeah, I mean, that's why people are like, well, if you don't like the show, don't review it, don't watch it. I'm only one person. Sure, I understand I have some influence over the people. There are a number of people who said I've quit watching the show, but there would have to be hundreds of thousands of people to not watch the show for multiple weeks in order for there to be a change. But remember, season 6 has already been filmed. It's in the books. Nothing's going to change. That's why I'm somewhat excited about Bruh season 4, because Tyler has handed the show to new writers. So Bruh might get a major, massive quality increase next season. So Bruh, like I said, Bruh might be getting a huge boost in quality once we get to season 4. I don't want to make it to the end of season 3 because what is it? I think I'm am I 2 episodes behind or 1? I know I didn't like review last week and I forgot when I made that announcement. I think the Rakadushi put them in there. I agree, just terrible. They shouldn't be renewed. Yeah. Because Bruh seasons 1 and 2 were pretty solid, not perfect, but they were pretty solid. 3 has just been a mess. And Ruthless season 3 has been good. It's definitely increased. I think the Oval season 4, Ruthless season 3, they've both been improvements on the prior season. Sistas has just been a major decline for season 5. Zatima was pretty strong. Assisted Living, I still like the show, but it's barely non-existent on the channel because of views. I mean, I can understand the Oval, but to me, I think, like I said before, season 3 was so bad. I think season 4 stands out. Yeah, All the Queen's Men. Yeah, it was good. But like I said, it's a streaming show that isn't humongous. So I don't know. All right. Well, that's pretty much all I got. And I do appreciate the humongous turnout on the live stream, which is good. Like I said, last week, due to the weather, wasn't able to watch it live and wasn't able to do a live stream, but making up for it now. Probably won't see you again until 2023, unless I do a random live stream next week. So if I don't see you on camera, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Catch you at the beginning of the new year. Yeah. But don't worry, content's still coming. I got good stuff coming. Don't worry, content will still be coming. I'm not super sleepy because I did sleep in until noon. I didn't go to bed till 5 a.m. So I will probably get something to eat. Broccoli. Yeah, that'll be good. Don't want to eat anything greasy. All right, well, have a good day. I didn't ask for anything for Christmas unless Santa is approving mortgages. I don't want anything. And there we go. So talk to you all soon. And yeah, there we go. Keep your eye on the channel for more updates, like my episode reviews, my theory breakdowns and whatnot. Don't worry, they're still coming. And if you come across any Tyler Perry content, send it to me on social media. Uh, this was the mid-season finale, so we're going to get trailers for the back half of each season, like Sistas and the Oval. And when we get those trailers, I'll break them down. So have a great holiday. Have a great week. Stay warm. And I will talk to you later.